Yes, indeed. There was something definitely missing from that death segment. I think it was there was no one that Sean could really betray at that point in time.
Yeah, he's run
Right?
out of people to backstab, I
Yeah.
think.
Just a little bit of a
Traitor's,
shame.
traitor's dog.
Yeah.
Tell us there were no dogs here. There's a dog here.
That's exactly right.
Listen, all I know is the universe owes me one, and the only thing that can really save my day this afternoon
More than one, probably. But yeah.
yeah, the only thing that can really save this day for me is you being miserable.
Oh, so I
So
can
that
join you?
yeah, so North is definitely gonna lose.
That would be that would make for a good evening, wouldn't it? At the bar, just
Yeah, you and I, you know, with some apple juice.
listen. I picked North to win this series, but I've got to say I don't feel very great about it. Like I don't have like a very strong feeling that this is going to be like a home run. I talked to some of the guys a little bit, and they were like, "Yeah, we're really happy we got AGO." I'm like, "You probably shouldn't be too happy."
Yeah, don't be pleased.
Yeah, don't be too excited. I think they are a really strong team, and I think they have much less to lose than North do in this game.
I
So
think also,
that's important.
it's also kind of funny because I know that Sean just talked about the ability to anti-strat if you're North on certain maps because AGO's like favored them so much. That would almost like for a team like North that I feel like hasn't really kind of established how exactly they want to play. I think anti-stratting is a really dangerous thing if you're focusing on how you play with your team and kind of how you fix the mistakes that you guys have been making, and then also you're trying to focus on what the other team is going to be throwing at you. I think if you split your attention like that, could be a recipe for disaster.
Plus, I mean, the concept of anti-stratting sort of it does imply a level of trust in the whole process, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, people start to doubt what's going on in the middle of a match, and that can be very bad. And I just think that what are we seeing out of North? Because I actually have no doubt that they have the firepower to go. Like I think they could even like win against
Careful.
a team like Navi or SK or something like that at this tournament. But they don't have the mental strength at all. So if you throw your team into sort of an anti-stratting scenario in that sense, and people start to sort of doubt a little bit of what's going on, they're not quite sure if the plan's really working. Yeah, I think that's super dangerous.
Well, especially when you consider the strength this AGO is talking to teams throughout this event. They're like, yeah, the tough part about playing a team like that is you just don't know exactly what they're going to do. So the anti-stratting can fall apart real quick. But yeah, so I'm excited to see AGO. I don't think we've actually casted them yet at this game.
No,
Or in this event.
we have not. So
I don't think I've actually casted them maybe ever.
I'm not sure if I have either. Actually, I've seen some of the games, obviously, but
It's going to be a wild ride.
yeah, it's going to be great fun.
So Snatchy, Tau, Grubby, PHR,
Yeah, and
Furlan.
Yes, that's what we have. That's what we have working with at the moment, and I just more than anything, I'm just quite excited that there's finally a serious secondary team in Poland that can be
Right.
that we can work with.
Have you given them the crown, the Polish crown?
The Polish crown. I mean, you kind of might as well at this point. Like, I know that's devastating, obviously, but
Yeah, it hurts me to say that.
but at the same time, I almost feel like Virtus.pro were in some sense almost functioning as like a glass ceiling for the Polish scene, because it seemed so unlikely that, like, if you were going to be a star player in Poland, the logical thing would have been to join Virtus.pro, right?
Yeah.
And I just wonder if that didn't keep like an artificial lid on everything, and then once they just don't change anyone for like so long, people have to find somewhere else, right? Like you can't just go on standby mode forever hoping to join
Eventually,
Virtus.pro.
you're going to have this like second team of Polish players that's just like all the best talents,
Yeah, like
all the best breakout stars that now have all the experience of playing together as well.
Yeah,
You've created a monster.
That's
That's
what
like
I'm saying.
Frankenstein.
That's
This
exactly
AGO
it.
team. It's just like the Polish Frankenstein.
yeah, just all building up the pressure underneath them, and then
It's all these different parts of creatures and Counter-Strike teams put together.
I mean, one of the people to watch for, obviously, we know at this point is obviously Snatchy on this team, who is super fun to watch and an amazing player so far. So that's going to be interesting. I mean, like I said, I can't. When I look at the lineup of players on North, I can't think of a reason why they wouldn't be doing much better than they are. So, I can say that for so many teams right now.
Yeah, we really can. And I mean, it's just Counter-Strike at the moment is all up in the air with teams at like different kind of time frames and where they're going to peak. And I guess everyone's kind of looking towards the major as per usual, as the ECS or the Face It major to be that kind of timeline of when they want to peak, where all these roster changes have had enough time to see if they'll work, to see how well they'll go, and we'll just see from there. But I mean, I think a lot of people look at this North lineup and just say, how is this not working better than it is?
Yeah, there are some things I think to sort of build into. One of them is the fact that they obviously they've only been working with Ave for a little while, but I think that is going to have a bigger impact than maybe most people think. And then, because I got a chance to talk a little bit with Ave, and I wasn't like, you never really know when someone comes out and you pick up someone like Ave, who's obviously a legend in 1.6, especially as an in-game leader.
Yeah.
So you pick up someone like that. It's hard to really tell if that's just sort of like, old school nostalgia, or if there's something more real to it. And I've got to say, after I talked to him, that doubt went away in my mind really quickly. So.
Did you see the video that came out of Dallas? When you were there.
No.
About they pulled players aside and they were just like, what do you think was the worst roster change of 2018?
Yeah.
What do you think the overwhelming answer was?
2018. I'm not sure.
Think of the context of the team we're discussing here, North.
Oh, is it like config disappearing?
No, it's Caribbean to North.
Right. Yeah, from Astralis.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about that actually last time we casted him, didn't we? That just what he must be going through.
Right. He's just like, oh shit, really screwed the pooch on that one, didn't I?
It's not the best timing right now, but I think so. I think there's Ave being put more into play, and then I think there's the fact that Mertz is obviously like a super young player. I think he's got a very high ceiling, but it's sort of inconsistent.
I mean, look at all the other young players that it takes time. It's not an easy thing to just step in and kind of deliver right off the bat, is it? I mean, we just saw Energy fail for 2 events, and in this one, they're spectacular top 4 already in a very young tournament career. So even for Mertz, just as an individual player, not even as a team coming in, it takes you a couple of events to kind of figure things out and kind of get comfortable.
It's really, really interesting. I think this matchup is going to be a really good one. The last one, it was 3 maps, but the last 2 of them were kind of one-sided. Liquid.
They were all pretty one-sided, to be honest. Like even Inferno, like never really felt like it was closer in score, but it never really felt like they were actually in it.
So sort of a little bit of a flat best of 3.
Simple,
I think this is gonna be. Ooh, that's a complicated design. Like
there's a lot of things going on there.
That's like a whole flow chart. We need to pause the camera on that to figure out what's happening.
It's probably can't read it either.
Oh, you don't read Cyrillic?
Do you? What you got for me?
I can recognize some of the words, but you know,
none of the ones that you
only
can
the ones
repeat
that people type in matchmaking. Exactly.
There is a bit of a delay, obviously. We're not entirely sure what's happening down on the stage. All 10 players are in the server, but something's obviously slowing this down. I think I see coaches yelling at each other and talking to each other, so I imagine things are going to be happening pretty soon.
Hopefully there's not Kane up on the stage.
That's an interesting dance.
Yeah.
Do you dance? Strike me as a dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I dance. Not always successfully. There was especially one time where the outcome was unfavorable
less than desired
to my current position, but generally, sure. I much prefer to sing.
You're a singer.
Yeah, singing is great.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Probably something Beatles related, actually. I reckon.
Oh, really? I thought you were gonna come out with like some kind of
Elton John.
I was gonna say like rap or something. I figured you'd come out with like some Tupac song.
Yeah, I have done that in the past too, which is yeah. I think New Year's 2000. I think I ended up doing a bit of rapping in the train heading to Copenhagen.
All right. Yeah, I'm glad you go with the oldies. I'm more of a Beach Boys guy. After the Beach Boys.
It's perfect.
Yeah, we are ready. We are getting live into it. Freeze time is disappearing. It's AGO taking on North, the newly crowned best team from Poland, taking on the, I guess, second best team in Denmark. And even that might be up for debate. We'll see how they do here. They have shown a really good level. AZ's been playing very, very well recently in the past few matches. So Pisteron here, and the defense is all playing far, far back. There's a line in the sand of where they can't cross. There's a gap in these smokes, and they're going to push up. It's KRB to have the first contact, and he delivers, but is traded very quickly.
What a great play from AGO right now. Mertz will find the 1 kill there on Tau, so that's a bit of a problem. Mertz is going to find 1 more, in fact, taking down Grubby and AZ. Oh, he gets off the ladder. Just jumping on back, and another kill coming in. That's a quad for Mertz. All of them headshots. I guess he just really wanted to win that round.
Yeah, he was in the mood. That is phenomenal shooting from Mertz. Around those trains, really working his way in, especially after KRB had gone down after that first initial frag. And Mertz just takes them all. We didn't even get to see too many of them. That was just quick.
I'm a little bit sad because I actually love that execute from AGO. I think it's just, like we saw it work really well in the last best of 3. the instant push down pop dog,
Yeah.
then the flashbangs that go over to catch anyone. Like, it's such a good idea, but somehow didn't really work out. The initial trade was fine.
And then they just get spanked. 4 straight kills for Mertz after that. So 1-0. Utility, there's M4s out, and you can see a lot of those nades raining towards Team Mid, and AGO going to sit far back. They're probably talking about the next round. You can see not really any great investment whatsoever. Deagle, 2 P250s, no utility, so they're going to get the AKs into that next round.
There they are. MSL, a little bit forward push. Unable to track him mid-air. There's not much of a point in being too aggressive with the fights. Just hold back and wait for the time to run out, which eventually you gotta expect that it will.
Yeah, certainly they make a move at some point. But you can understand, no reason for them to really rush it on the AGO side. Make sure everyone kind of knows. Maybe also just North got to be sitting there being like, what are these guys doing? Why aren't they going faster? Why is no one peeking whatsoever? They're going to readjust over towards Ivy.
I mean, this does sort of bring a natural cooldown to that great round that Mertz had, you know, so that you don't get to sort of ride the wave for too long. You're just waiting now for a long time. AZ on the other side. There's no one to flash them through the smoke. We'll see what happens when the smoke clears. A lot of people coming through, but the MP9 against the unarmored targets should be pretty good. Oh, well, did a little bit of damage and gets back around the corner. It's a pretty good setup here.
AZ would have liked more, though. Only the 1 kill as they pounce on the reload. Still had a chance. MSL watching the train, watching Caribbe's back. And actually, this is decent damage being done. MSL almost goes down. He obviously just kind of hides, and that might save it from too much of an issue for North. But not bad from AGO. And now we get the rifles out.
Yeah, considering the investment, 2 kills like that, I think that's pretty acceptable.
Admirable.
Admirable indeed. 3rd round coming into it. Not a single Molotov currently. No, none can be picked up either on the AGO side, so kind of a shame. Always like to see just one or two, but it is the 3rd round, so we'll give him a pass.
There we go, smoke out Team Mid. This is looking like it's going to be faster pace towards Ivy as well. AZ, big job to do. He said he stepped up massively. He's been spotted, and he gets stuck along the wall, and he feels like he can't escape. He doesn't know what speed they're going with, but he has called Mertz over. Furlan trying to find the timing, and instead he finds a nade. Down to 28 HP. He's going to have to be passive behind this smoke, and even the Ivy push didn't work, so decent amount of utility used and goes to waste for AGO, and that's a really nice find from AZ right through the smoke.
Might not want to stick around and keep battling through the smoke. You've already won that fight. Just try and leave it alone a little bit. And MSL ready and waiting. Kirby going to be getting the next kill. That was Furlan, who was already tacked up from the grenade and the initial fight. So not the best round for AGO so far. In fact, it's not even clear that they've achieved any of the things they wanted to.
No, they really haven't. And now they're just kind of stuck. Walking around this map, everyone's split, no chance of getting together, no chance of grouping up, and it's going to have to be Snatchy leading the pack, and actually, he might have some space. They've all backed off this inner bomb site. Valdi's going to spot it. Now coming around, that's a nice immediate dink, and the follow-up headshot as well. That's quite nice from Valda, and Grubby and PHR have really nothing to do. 30 seconds left on the clock.
Can find one upside. No one's stolen any AKs yet on the north side, but apart from that, they need a kill or something. Anything to make this work. Grubby going to be taking down one. Can they trade any of all of these FAMASs out? That's the really big key. Only one of them, so that's a little bit frustrating, but it's fine. They win the round.
It's even more frustrating for AGO, who get absolutely no progress, not even really a challenge anywhere.
I mean, the initial loss through the smoke, you can kind of, shrug at and say, well, that happens. But just felt like after that, Furlan decided to sort of fight in main alone. No chance for anyone to re-peek it, no setup or anything.
It seemed like they wanted to go fast towards Ivy, didn't it? I thought that mid was a distraction. I thought those 3 players would pick up the pace, and I mean, they can't have known that AZ kind of got himself stuck on a wall. They had a real good opportunity to pick him off. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. So 0-3, about to be likely to be 0-4. That's one of these Deagles Deagle or the P250s can do something. Doesn't look like it though. All of North just pretty poised, pretty patient inside of these bomb sites.
Yeah. MSL having a slightly easier time holding Pop Dog this way because they don't have any grenades yet. So maybe later on they can do some more to him. Nobody goes down on the north side. 4-0 in favor of the Danish team, and not sure what their money is like, but it's starting to build there. They can get there. They haven't even got the AWP up on Mertz yet. They're still fighting with some FAMASs.
Listen, this is tough for AGO. They haven't. I mean, there's such great cash. I mean, they've only got 4 kills in 4 rounds. So this is actually a little bit of a nightmare. AGO, even in a losing effort in this round, they have to do some damage. They have to have something promising going their way. Remember, the key to Train, the key to maps like Train and Nuke, limit the economy on the CT side as much as possible so you can reset it really quick when you do start getting 1 or 2 wins. In that regard, AGO is failing early on here, even though it is still only 4 rounds in. Molotov towards Ivy. Here come pop flashes from both sides, and that's a nice frag from Tao. AZ swinging out, and Tao is able to crouch underneath the crosshair.
Not bad at all. Bit of an attempt from AZ, but even with the friendly pop flash, just was not enough. I feel like flashing, it should be easy to do it, but the problem is you don't know if people are holding close or further back, so you almost have to guess with the length of the flashbang, and if you get it wrong, it can have some pretty serious consequences. Now they're starting to fall back. It looks like they're gravitating towards the B side of the map, and MSL is still holding down here. Hasn't seen or heard anyone at the moment, but really, look at how far back Valda's fallen. They're just looking to play this retake on B.
It's fine. He does have a Molotov as well, especially if he can get the timing if they're going to throw some smokes. And yeah, he does find it. I don't think he realizes quite yet the hit is coming, but actually the rest of his teammates are rotating over. That Molotov buying a lot of time. There's going to be a crossfire on this lower ramp when they come up. Valda inside the bomb site. One player watching on sidewalk. Any kill is huge for North, but it's not coming. All on Valda, and he can't even get the first. Great entries from AGO. A slow start, and now they've come back into it. MSL going to try and stop the plant from going down. Can't do that. Had to really commit to that fight, and it's the first round for the offense.
That was a very patient round out of the Polish team, wasn't it? Just even getting the first kill, just very slow and measured. And once they got into the B-bomb site, good entries, no problem at all. And that was in spite of the fact, as you said, the North were already rotating the right direction. So that's encouraging. That after losing 4 in a row, that's the kind of round you need now. That is straight into a double-up setup for North, though. Which
uses all of their economy. You saw right at the freeze time there, they're pretty much out of money. So I think it's only Valda who has anything really worth writing home about. So this is better. This had better be successful. MSL pushing up towards the top ramp, looking to put that out. There are 2 players on lower, Valda and Mertz, and there's Valda. Leg shot from Mertz is going to help him out. And they're TKing is the response, swinging in towards the ladder room just to help his teammate clear it out. Didn't realize it was already clear. They need a pop flash to go through this smoke. They need something, and actually it's going to be AZ providing it. Still no progress from AGO, but it's on a knife's edge. They can pounce at any moment, and that would have been a great kill to find.
Yeah, they needed that. He's very low, but he still has the AWP, and he's going to get the kill on Grubby. Valda taking down Snatchy. AGO, they really need this round. They've just won a single one. They can't be reset already, especially what they needed was punish that double-up setup, and they're not going to be able to. Kjaerbye will take down a couple of kills at the end. That would be 5-1, and I don't know. That's a little bit heartbreaking.
That's extremely heartbreaking. Really nicely done from North to go aggressively chase after those opening kills. The setup inside, 3 players were there just in case it was more than just one AGO player. Didn't actually need it, but then the quick rotation outside as well to punish the response. So 5-1. And without even really being successful in that round with getting too many kills, I don't even think AGO can buy here. They're going to be low on their cash. They need to sit a round out, I think. You got to be feeling happy about this start.
Yeah, it's. I think it's encouraging for North, but I don't know. I kind of. I don't want to see AGO just fumble this quarterfinals. I feel like they fought so. I'd be kind of shocked if they couldn't put more on the board here.
They had a great group stage, didn't they?
They really did.
I think I actually saw a graph earlier today that they had like the highest winning percentage in terms of rounds that they've won.
I've been kind of secretly sort of rooting for them a little bit because I just think it's. I just think it's good news that we have a secondary team in Poland that can put up numbers and that can compete internationally. That'd be great for everybody. And I've got to say as well, some of the games we've seen out of North in the group stage were looking very confused. So there's sort of 2 things that I'm confused about. But if you just look at the initial form of both these teams in the first 6 or 7 rounds here, it's been looking great for North. They really look like they're ready to show up.
Team focus seems like they're communicating very, very well, passing along information, suggesting ideas. Slow-paced round from AGO, which against these ops can be dangerous. One towards Ivy. Mertz has his actually pretty much right next to him, right next to Easy. Both back of that high train.
They are waiting so long with incredibly limited map control. Finally, they're going to put some of the grenades in. Some flashbangs over, not really going to do too much. That's a great Molotov to sort of force them in one particular direction and trying to make their way onto the floor of the A-bomb site. Very low on time, but Snatchy's made his way very far in, trying to see if he can knock someone out with his P250. He's going to get one. He wanted a second. A great double kill for Snatchy. That's going to open it right up. What an unlikely way to come into a round. Valde trying his very best, but he's going to get shot down. The C-set 75 and Snatchy with the triple. That's hard to explain, really.
That really is difficult to explain. I don't know how he got there. Just as we're praising North for their communication and how well structured they seem to be, just one P250 gets all the way down that outer yard and is able to find 2 kills. Snatchy even just finding one falling into his lap off that ladder.
The thing that I don't understand is they put the Molotov in on the right-hand side of Team Main, so they sort of forced the T's out to the left, but then nobody checked it. So it doesn't even make any sense from North's point of view.
The classic.
The classic. Man, but Snatchy finding that opening is obviously huge. Stealing the AWP into the next round, 5-2. That's good news here for the Polish side. Let's see. Flashbang to jump. That's a miraculous headshot coming out from AC. That was mid-air tracking him.
And again, that can't be the strategy the round after you've won. Oh, that's nice spam. MSL down to 21. He does return the favor a little bit. He's got to get out of the nades coming in, but that can't be the opening gambit that you have for right after you win a round. Is Tao just flashing himself and kind of jumping across? There should be a second person that you can trade with there. That should be a 2-man job to get someone situated towards Ivy, just in case there is that aggression. Now you've given North some room to work with. Let him off the hook a little bit, Anders.
You gotta set something up. You're right. Mertz has got an AWP still in the B-bomb side, I believe. He's rotated that way, if I'm not mistaken, and Valde also there to help out. So let's see what can happen. Gonna try and see if they can smoke Mertz off. Snatchy, is he gonna make the jump? Mertz already falling back, and no battle gonna happen just yet with the AWPs. But Furlan is ready to try and see if he can make his way over. That Snatchy gone down. That's a really good kill for Mertz. And Valde's creeping in, crouched up on the high ground, so he can't be spotted. Will reveal his position, and PHR going to take him down, but Mertz is still absolutely executing everybody in this bomb site, and Grubby now going to be the last one left in a 1 versus 4. And even if some of them are kind of low, he would need to have an incredible round to find his way out, completely surrounded and shot down by MSL. That is a great round for Mertz.
That really is 3 kills for him, especially picking off the opposing AWPer, which helps his teammates rotate into the action much, much easier. So 6-2 now, and again, another response where AGO just cannot string 2 rounds together. It's going to be dangerous. Yeah, they have the plan. In the previous round, they kind of won on a forced buy and a half buy. They may still have somebody they can play with. I think they're going to buy again. They can get about 3 AK-47s on the board. Well, they can get 4 if they wanted to, but definitely 3 with utility. Grubby can make the decision of what he wants to get depending on how many nades he needs. But they need to find a solution. They still have time.
Some of these resets are brutal, though. If they can just connect some of the rounds here, it's a very different game from AGO's point of view. But this time it seems like a change of pace. They've been so slow, so let's see if North are ready to deal with this. Although Grubby is very low on health already, which is kind of unfortunate. Furlan will be taking down AZ. That's a big fight to be winning, and they've somehow exchanged places inside of the smoke, and that's an incredible find for Grubby. Imagine that, trading places, coming back in with the kill from the C-set 75. It's a 5-on-3. North in a little bit of trouble here, as MSL does get 1 kill, spraying blindly through and not really connecting. He falls back out in. Valde only getting the 1 kill, and MSL is completely surrounded. He can't even really be helped out easily. He gets a headshot regardless. That's a really important find, and Tau's man has been sort of stuck in there. MSL almost getting the kill, but Mertz certainly will. And now it's a 1-on-1.
Transitions to the AK-47 as well, and Snatchy may not read this. It could be so dangerous if he swings out to take this fight. Mertz is going to back away as his location is known.
Oh.
These are the plays.
They walk into each other with the knives out. That would be some good comedy, wouldn't it?
That would be hilarious. But actually, I mean, even if they don't, this timing on when it's coming around, sometimes all you need is a little bit of luck. And Mertz is considering the flank from here, and it's looking like he may have the advantage. He's checking things, and Snatchy looking left, isn't going to see down. And now they can likely hear the crowd as well. It's got to be causing concern. Mertz looking the right way. The timing's with him, and he's got it. That was a cat and mouse game the whole way around. Fortune favors Mertz. But those are the kind of rounds, the kind of plays like that Grubby is making inside that smoke to like exchange back and forth with Caribbean and eventually come back through the smoke to pick him off. Those are the ones that are confusing the other teams here. That's what they talk about when they say you never know like what's coming. You don't know really what they're doing. You don't really know how they play. They like to make kind of crazy plays across the map, and that's one of them right there. That one kill was able to open up that whole outer train yard.
It looked like that should have been their round. 5 versus 3. They had MSL isolated out there. He did a really good job, though, picking up a lot of kills, so credit to him, I suppose.
Yeah, it took him a very long time took AGO a very long time to finally clear out MSL. He had a lot of time when he was surrounded by 3 players and still found space to get frags.
Smoke gonna go out. MSL ready with the UMP if anyone shows up. It's a pretty good Molotov to keep at least one person back from joining the fight. The following smoke to keep him all the way locked in. This is going to be another very good round for North. It looks like at least Grubby did get 2 kills, but North are quite happy at this point to be at 8 if they can.
Furlan's going to be pushing up all the way along that high sidewalk and all the way up this high terrain inside. I don't think they realize they have the bomb down, so Mertz has rotated over, but he has no idea this position from Furlan. He's got to be aware of the possibility, and I think he's coming back outside now that he realized the bomb is there, but there's 45 seconds left on the clock. There's time for Furlan to make this flank happen, but it's got to be huge impact. Grubby's waiting for him. The bomb is going to be far away. And Valda, of course, has the read.
Yeah, I think the time is going to be the real problem because it's kind of nice to be sneaking around the map, but eventually they're going to have to make their move, and that's the opening. Valda walks into the C-set. 75 going to be going down. 20 seconds for the 2-on-2, and that bomb needs to be picked up, and it has to be right now. Otherwise, they're simply not going to make it, even in spite of all of these tricks. Mertz ready for that one against Furlan, and now there's just no time here. 9 seconds. He can't possibly do this. He's going to try and see if he can get one more kill, but MSL will trick him and exchange for the AK-47. 8-2 in favor of them, and that was a force-up for AGO.
Yeah, and they get the kills, which is quite nice. You look at the money still on North. This game is still a little bit closer than it probably feels like at 8-2. AGO only need to get 1 win, and then they've reset the economy. Unfortunately, they have to sit this round out. There's only Grubby that's had any kind of meaningful investment with armor, a CZ, and some utility. The rest of them should be relatively easy to mop up. But AGO is running out of time to win some rounds.
Yeah, need a couple of more tricks. My God, that's a beautiful grenade, isn't it? No armor, and tragically for AZ, he couldn't win that last fight. Had a little bit of time to even do it in. But that initial grenade was quite something.
That was beautiful. MSL now gonna turn around, not find Grubby, but 2-9. Yeah, that's
it's practically artwork.
Menage a trois.
3 men, Moses.
It's the devil's threesome.
That's what you went for.
The devil's threesome.
That was where your mind went. Why have you done that?
9-2 in the favor of North. A solid defense being shown here. A great level. A recovery perhaps from some of their group stage stumbles. We'll see. They're going up against Snatchy with that AWP. Flashbangs out, utility out. Furlan going to be pushing all the way down. He spots AZ. An awkward angle, but can't get around the smoke. Caribbean with that opening kill, but they now know where Furlan is, and Valda hunts him down. No one else from AGO is out of this choke point. They're the only 2. And there's no chance to follow this up. Valda's going to get aggressive, and he's picked off.
Probably a bit unnecessary, but it does seem strange. It's great, the infiltration into the A-bomb site, but they could have needed the rest of the people. And MSL sees it coming, gets the one, almost a double. Pushing up all the way behind. So AGO are going to be feeling really uncomfortable right now. They have just no idea if there were any more people pushed up this way. And in fact, Kirby is taking a shower.
Look, and even they're pushing up, and AZ's going to get the double kill. Two
Oh,
headshots, the flank from Ivy. And then North is feeling so confident to be making these plays. AGO hasn't really, have they called a timeout yet? I think they maybe did one.
One.
They might need another, Anders. They might need a second.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And this is, yeah, just, I guess, unlucky timing there. Still, this kind of a lead. 10-2. And AGO have had a couple of rounds at least. This is at least the second, maybe the third, where they force up, which is also costing them.
At this point, though, you can't really fault them, can you? They need the rounds just that badly. 2-10, 2 isn't enough. So, and also, I mean, they probably have the feeling that they've kept the economy relatively low, maybe not realizing it's quite on the breaking point, but they've got to take the fights when they have them, and the chance to equalize these rounds flick up. Volda's going to peek. They're ready for it. He only gets one. Oh, look at MSL. He's feeling it at the moment, but I mean, maybe he shouldn't, because PHR just kind of shames him.
That was
spins,
a scout.
Spins with the scout. The op is in the bomb site on Grubby. Excuse me, M4. Mertz has his behind the train.
He's going to be going down. The bomb is actually up on the high ground, which is just a little bit frustrating, but they're going to be able to pick it up eventually. AZ and Kirby. This would be really painful for AGO if North could somehow steal it away. Out in the open as Kirby gets the kill on one. Deep grenade should be raining in any second now. They're trying to see if they could line it up there. AZ has the Molotov, and he really wants to be able to use it somehow. Grubby finding a headshot on him, though, brings him down to 2 health. So this is looking very good for the Polish side. Might be time they find that third round. Flashbang on Kirby. He's going to have to do almost all of the work here, and AZ actually finds a kill, and Grubby's going to be going down. What a steal from North. That is good. They do all the work. That was great, especially that 180 scout headshot.
I know, I can't even believe AGO was in a position to actually win that round. MSL, that spin on him is so brutal. But for North to win it anyways, it's got to be heartbreaking for AGO. They just feel so close, and that was such an important one to win. They still, again, economic damage, but with only 2 rounds left in the half, it almost doesn't matter anymore, because I think North is going to have a bye next round no matter what occurs. KRB having a good game so far with 14-5. 7 kills is the max on this AGO side. It's between Grubby and Tao. Almost called him Toad. Looks good, D.
Oh, well. Tao coming in with a good try, and he almost went down. In fact, he still might. Oh, Mertz getting greedy. Probably a call from AC saying, listen, I really tagged him up a lot. You could probably just grenade him out, and then that causes his death. Another good start for AGO. All they have to do is close that out, and they're going to find MSL. So that is almost 100% all they need. Valde coming in sneaky to get that one, and Kirby should not be able to do this. In fact, they triple peek him. That's the solution.
Well, I'm wondering if either Grubby saw him or they kind of got the indication when the smoke was fading. Maybe saw it on the radar or something. But yeah, they were prepared for it. So North out of this round. It'll be a 3rd round for AGO, and I think Valde's just going to keep that weapon because, well, I said they're going to well, they're definitely going to buy next round no matter what, but they've got 3 players below 2K, so wanting to save this M4 is actually a pretty big deal for the next round. No matter what happens, though, North has a commanding lead here on Train. This defense has been very, very solid. AGO at times have looked uninspired on their openings, have really struggled. It's like we see it every once in a while where teams on the T side like really struggle with AK-47s and AWPs, but the pistols seem to be able to create more effectively than anything else. And Valde's going to get hunted down, and he misses that kill, and that might have been the one he needed to stay alive. Molotov on the ground. He's going to have to swing eventually. No, it's not burning him. There's the peak, but he stays alive.
Just to add to the frustration that they must be feeling on the AGO side, but they won the round. 3-11, and moving into the 15th round, it's AWP, double UMP, double M4. On the Danish side, on the Polish side, we've got AWP and AKs, I think, for everybody. So that is great news. They're really well equipped on that T side. One more round could be a huge difference here at the end of the game. Or the end of the half, at least.
Maybe the difference between just being able to catch your breath if you lose the pistol round in the second half. But that's great aggression from Mertz. An angle snatch he's not expecting it. AZ builds upon it down towards Ivy, and they haven't lost a point of health. A 5-on-3, what, 20 seconds into the round, 25 seconds into the round? That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, trying to find their way back, and somehow they win that fight. MSL will get one, but That should have probably been a kill there in T main. 2 on 3, and with MSL on just 2 points of health, this is doable. See if AGO can find a way to get into the defensive line here. Grubby trying, but Mertz is absolutely alert for it. And now it's just PHR left.
He's slowly getting flanked out. That's going to be MSL on the flank, and he'll find the bomb eventually, and he'll just be able to sit in T-spawn with that low health. Only 50 seconds left in the round, and PHR is obviously crossing his finger, hoping North is going to make a mistake. It's not going to happen. He's going to have to go back and find that bomb eventually. 40 seconds, and he's moving farther away. I think just now someone said something, or he realized he's going to go for the frags instead. Easy on the bomb train, Mertz on the middle train, and there's the flank finally coming in from MSL. Even if he had kept moving forward and taking those fights, again, without the bomb, can't really do a whole lot. So really great half from North, 12-3.
Yeah, so welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if North have lost that loving feeling or if they're going to be able to close this game out. They are up 12-3. Moses, if they can't win it.
If you can't win here, Anders, that's a big problem.
I'll eat a whole packet of raw bacon.
I don't know why you just said that.
I don't actually know either.
But I'll hold you to it.
That,
That
might make you sick. I think that might not be a good idea.
No, you're in. You're locked in on that one.
What will you do?
Well, listen, I'm not making stupid bets. I feel like I've hit my quota of stupid bets for my entire life. 12-3, starting on the offensive side of Train. Pissed around obviously just makes this so much easier for North and just alleviates so much pressure. You never know if you lose that pistol round and then the fourth round and then all of a sudden you're just like, man, if we could have just won the pistol, and start sliding away from you. So this is big for North. Caribbean going to peek towards the upper, actually not even a peek, he's just rushing, isn't he? And they're playing so far back, they don't actually have the information that it's just one person, and Caribbean's still pushing, and look at the confidence they have in him to make this kind of a play. I mean, he does get his head taken off, but I mean, fair play, he's got some balls. MSL turning the corner. Not able to find that kill initially, but then they peek right back into it, and all of a sudden it's a 3-on-2. But battles all across the map going in the favor of AGO.
Finally, but that's a great long-range shot from AC. He's already got 3, but he's got false information. He's been told Snatchy's down and C connector, and in fact he's up on the train. Oh, there's a great shot. Snatchy picking up that one. A beautiful double kill. And that is going to finally give around here for AGO. They needed that pistol more than anything. Great idea. I love the attempt for North, but It drew some people out, but maybe not as many as they'd hoped. Like
I mean, obviously, it also doesn't really help anything that no one from AGO is playing close, right? Like with that Glock on Kirby, like he's either wants to goose somebody or he finds someone playing up close that he can actually get into a fight with. But the fact that he had so much freedom, I think, was very, very confusing to him. It would have been interesting to see if he had gotten up there and just like hit the pause button, maybe have the rest of the team rotate back. Could have been an option.
Yeah, this is true. Now, 1 scout and 4 for Masters here on the AGO side. Not a single submachine gun. Maybe a sign that they are a little bit worried that they'll lose the following round. Don't want to take any risks.
Don't have any SMG players on the team. That's never good. Some Deagle players in this North squad, and Volda is able to tag Tau. 4 Deagles, 3 flashbangs in a CZ. We're just about to reach the 1-minute mark left in this round. Deagle's not able to find a whole lot. AGO isn't giving them the opportunity to get those picks, so I think North is going to be content to wait out some of these smokes, and then you have to try and find something relatively quickly at the end of the round.
Well, taking their time. 40 seconds now. Seems like that's when they want to go. Deep flashbang, just to allow for an entrance in case anyone was holding that main angle, which they kind of weren't. That's a nice shot from Kirby, though. Striking fear into the heart of AGO because they can't possibly afford to lose this round. Grubby doing a good job. Snatchy to follow it up, taking down Kirby. That's a lot better now, and Grubby back at it again. Drop AZ. Bomb plant, yes, but Mertz alone, and that's just... I think BHR didn't even realize that that was the round.
No, he was so zoned in. He thought there was one more, and he was shifting over towards Ivy. So AGO do survive after Tau goes down to a nice 1 deeg from Kirby. 12-5 now. That's a pretty big win to survive with 4 players as well. That's a big investment for North, and 1 kill on the plant doesn't really justify that kind of a buy, I don't think. And not a huge deal because with that plant does help them at least come out even on it.
Yeah, they make a little bit of money back, and they're going to be happy about that situation at least. But this should be 6th. I mean, it's 5 rounds now. It should be a 6th coming up now for AGO. And obviously, at that point, it's just a question of seeing how strong is that CT defense.
How strong indeed. Smoke going to be dropped down. P250s, there shouldn't really be a challenge in this round. They're just the 1 flashbang on MSL, and you have to imagine maybe they're talking over their 4th round right now. But I got to think that this round is going to culminate basically in everyone hitting that towards that inner bomb site. 1 flashbang over to allow just that half second to maybe get into the bomb site. No one's playing close inner for AGO, so there's the possibility that Mertz is able to get in. Snatchy doesn't have a nade. Furlan has nade Molotov. Can he actually stop the plant with it is the question.
Sneaking right onto the site, so kind of allowing for that bomb plant. It's going to be attempted right now and won't be stopped by any grenades. So, good win for North. I mean, they're quite happy to do this. If they can even get a kill, which they will be able to. That's slight more win coming out here for the Danish side, although I don't think AGO that bothered really.
No, I mean, there's a buy coming out next round no matter what. That extra $800 helps a little bit, but I don't think it kind of gives North any kind of weaponry they wouldn't already be able to have had. So here we go, 12-6 as AGO tries to make this comeback happen. This is going to be a huge test. This first gun run, we'll see what North comes to bring to the table on the T side. AWP is in Mertz's hand, and yeah, I think he was going to be able to get that no matter what. It just adds a little bit of extra utility. And actually, everyone on North has a lot of extra utility. They've got full utility across the board, full nades for everybody.
Yeah, that's a great position to be in, obviously.
Yeah, you love that.
Even some money, I think, for the next round, even if they lose this one. So they're doing all right for the moment. Mertz was having a pretty good time with the AWP. Snatchy was, I think, struggling to even be able to buy it. So now that he has it here on the CT side, it'd be fun to see what he can do defensively.
He doesn't have a whole lot of time to show it. It's got to be immediate.
Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it? He's playing kind of out back in B, while Furlan is playing a little bit further up in front of him, which is always, I think, a good strategy. I'm hearing the crowd cheering.
Taco?
I think it's Argo.
Argo.
So I think they're loving it. They want them to do well. Oh no! Well, that definitely. I mean, it went perfectly according to plan for North, but definitely not for the AGO team.
Not at all. That's a nice coordination to pick off that player. Often talk about how difficult it can be to flush the defender out of ladder room, and that was perfectly done for North, and now they just fall back to an inner hit. Now no one's rotated away for AGO. Snatchy has that up, and he's going to see the flashback. He'll dodge it. Molotov down. Furlan watching behind him, which is a good read, but Snatchy is exposed to the angle, and that pretty much seals the round. Even with this kill, Furlan just has to do so very much, and Valda's going to find him, and he gets the follow-up as well. Reading the rotation perfectly, North has picked apart this defense.
Yeah, look at the fight selection from Valda. This is, I mean, those kind of moves are one of the reasons why everyone is sort of looking at him and saying, well, he actually just is that good. Gonna find the last kill, which wasn't really that impressive, but still good, good enough.
Yeah, he is, ever since he came onto the scene, there's only been good things said about him from whether it's us as commentators, analysts, from when we've spoken to him, from players who compete with and against him. He's got a, it's pretty obvious he was going to be an impactful player at the professional level when he got here.
Yeah. So that little trick, the Molotov down, and PHR was sort of ready to extinguish it, but he wanted to fall back in case they spammed it, which makes perfect sense because he doesn't want to be in the fire while being spammed, so he moved back, and then Kirby's just in main to shut him down. That's kind of painful.
No, it really is, and that's why you see a lot of those ladder defenders, when they fall back in that fashion, the first thing they're doing is pre-aiming for that exact play. A little bit of slip of focus there, perhaps. Smokes down towards Ivy from both teams. Spam coming through for North. Not going to hit anyone. Tao is there, but he's not peeking out wide. And this this defensive side, this CT side, is using a lot of nades very early on, not holding on to it too well. That might come back to haunt them.
13-6, and I'm guessing after this, if they don't win it, AGO are going to be more or less out of money. So if that's the situation, yeah, it is. Then
it's pretty much all over, isn't it? Yeah.
I won't have to eat any raw bacon.
Right. We'll find another reason to do that. Nice opening kill from PHR. Now he's holding on to ladder room, and they all line up, but probably can't get it done. And there goes PHR. Somehow North has made this work. A couple nice entries.
Yeah, they took a lot of damage, and I think we're mistakenly all standing on top of each other in main. That's a massive risk to be taken, and they are actually starting to fall back. They want out of the bomb side. They realize almost everyone is here. Snatchy going to get one kill on Mertz as they escape, and they're actually waiting for them. Snatchy, is he going to be... Oh, they make the crossover. Valda going to be able to get the bomb plant down, but they're solo on health right now, and that's going to be Furlan taking the kill on Valda. Very good job. They had a Molotov, but I think it actually got lost on the low ground, so Kierby's up here, yes, but without any grenades to really stop the defuse, and he might just do better in walking away. Feels like coming back into this bomb site is going to be nearly impossible.
It might be, but kills. Kills are the name of the game, and I think, yeah, the defuse is already going through. Now he might as well just stay, and that's huge. That is a really good find right at the end. I know it doesn't seem like much, but there's just not the economy on AGO to sustain it. North has rounds to play with. So the plant helps them get a rebuy going on. They can even have an AWP on Mertz. He'll sacrifice utility if he wanted to go that route, which he does not, obviously. Picks up the AK. But you still have AGO at the reset point.
6-round gap. But you're right, surviving with only 2 members is a problem when you're on that CT side.
And if that keeps going, if they keep doing this North, actually this is going to be a fast-paced play towards the inner bomb site. Furlan hears the footsteps, so does his teammate in ladder room, drops the smoke. They're going to go right by it into upper. They can't rotate back in time. There is a player here, but he's far, far back. Furlan behind the spindles, and Mertz is going to take him down behind spools. And now the utility comes out trying to get into the site.
Yeah, Snatchy's got 1 kill. Coming up on the high ground though. Flick coming in, but Grubby's actually going to get one in the meantime. And Mertz going down. This is not working out at all for North. Would have been great because Valda was in there with the flank, but they all go down in the bomb side. Great triple for Grubby. Not even taking any damage at all. That's going to be a huge win.
That changes things. That's a roll. That's a reversal of fortunes here for AGO. They sustain. They get money now. They have the op. The crowd chants their name, as you can hear.
They're loving it.
Yeah, they really are.
I'm kind of loving it. I think North were just fine enough to get down and get that early trade in, but then it seemed like they kept fighting for so long, even without the bomb plant. You know, just sort of like challenging Snatchy, challenging Grubby, and being unable to find any kind of defensive position.
This is huge, though. If AGO can build up money, then all of a sudden they have a chance to make this comeback happen. Molotov and North is going to fight inside of it. Kirby leads the way, and they all get sprayed down. Furlan with 3 nice kills and good control. follow-up Molotov going to force these last two players away. AZ and MSL nowhere to go. All that's left is run off to your death.
Find that somewhere.
Won't be hard.
No, I think they'll have some assistance from the other team at some point.
Well, MSL will lead the way with the P250. And he's gone. MSL, actually, if he gets this plant, that would be wild. That'd be crazy scenes here in Ukraine. It's not to happen as PHR ends it. And then he pops out on your screen to give you a stare.
Yeah, just crazy. 13-9. So an incredibly comfortable lead for North early on in that first half. Has
gone now.
Gone away, hasn't it?
Yep. Within striking distance, especially now that they have some money built up. There's 1 to 2 buys on this AGO side behind this round, so they've got a buffer. North need to take that economy away, but they have kind of struggled to find some openings recently, so a chance here for AGO to come back. Where do you fall in the whole AGO versus AGO debate?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't even realize there was a debate.
There's not. Just try to make it sound exciting.
I just think
Because Sean was saying Ago on the desk.
Ago. Then
They're
you have to call
chanting
it Ago. Right?
Ago.
Long time. I don't know. Long time ago. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
I think AGO sound. That makes sense.
Cool.
I'm calling it right now. PHR going to be playing close. See if MSL can show us that great pop flash that he has for Pop Dog. It seems like they have a little team meeting going on here. It's kind of comfortable.
Yeah, group huddle. PHR is going to get out of ladder room. If they do head inside, they've got the op on Snatchy. Remember last time there was some miscoordination between him and Furlan and which angles were being monitored.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, they haven't really found a good way to deal with Snatchy yet. MSL's going to be putting up this nice smoke that does land on the B side of Connector. They're making their way down behind the grenades. Oh, Furlan, if that grenade actually walked in, that might have done a lot more damage. A couple of people would have probably walked on top of it. Still a 4-on-5, and they're starting to rotate in through the C connector. Not that many grenades left for North, so they're going to have to do this manually afterwards. And Snatchy very patiently waiting, and he's going to get MSL for it. That's a great flick. Now coming out, double kill for Snatchy. That's why we love him, and now it's a 3-on-3. Can he do just a little bit more? Valder going to take him down. Thel, Grubby, and PHR left. They can't let go now. They must win a couple of more rounds here, AGO. And Grubby trying his very best, but Valder's going to hit one more headshot, leaving PHR 1 versus 3, and he has to back on out. Snatchy hitting some great shots in that round, but it just was not enough. Now it's all about the exits. PHR is doing the best that he can. Looks like he might be safe. I don't know how much North really want to hunt for him here. They don't have that much money either. Can he find the AWP? That's a big question. No, I'm not looking for it.
That's tough. Nice shots from Snatchy with the AWP, but not able to build. He was kind of stuck in the middle of that bomb site, unsure of where to go next. The aggression from North to get down sidewalk. And again, it's Valda with 2 big impact kills that really secure that bomb site. So well played from North. Just no real, I mean, nothing too tactical. This half from them hasn't really been all that tactical, considering the fact that we consider MSL to be one of the better, tacticians in the game. This has been some pretty simple ideas.
Yeah.
A lot of heavy play towards inside with a lot of players. Double up set up now for the defense. They switch into it. Tao's about to have his work cut out for him, and he's lucky to be alive.
I mean, good instincts to not peek that a lot, because it's kind of early on, so if he had just sort of gone back to look, that would have got him killed, but he did bait out the shot, so well done. First step in the right direction. Let's see. Looks like they want to try for a bit of a boost, but the flashbang, are they gonna go back and do it again? And there was actually someone on top of the train with the AWP, but they all just fall back after the Molotov lands. So a little bit of confusion early on for North, not finding anything. Ivy not finding anything in main. Oh, MSL, look at this. This is the same smoke they've thrown 3 times now. So just trying to pretend that it's another B hit. See if MSL can do it. He's jumping past, actually putting a little bit of pressure on Snatchy.
Oh, he's doing it. They're pulling him away. This needs to be a kill, and it is. The timing is with them, but North is hitting outside.
Yeah, really quickly. Let's see if it was quite enough. Grubby's going to find the perfect timing. I'm not sure they did everything they needed to, and PHR here has all the time in the world. That kill from... Oh, what a headshot coming through. If he got the third, that would have been out of this world. Now it's just Valde. 1 versus 3. Snuck on in behind. They know where he is now. He sees the next fight coming already, but Snatchy's going to catch him. You still see the read in Valde is still very, very good, but...
I was going to say, it's a great thing that Snatchy caught him from behind because it looked like Valde was so zoned in that he was going to be able to find Grubby as well.
That was a nut shot from AZ.
Did a little one-tap?
Yeah.
Love those. This is going to start getting close, Anders.
If MSL had stayed alive for like 5 more seconds, I mean, it's not necessarily his fault, but, you know...
No, I mean, it was a timing shot when Snatchy was blind, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he misses that timing shot, then yeah, that probably works perfectly. The whole defense was shifting. That was massive, and North trying to win with a little bit of tomfoolery. Not able to make it work.
Tactical timeout for North. The Polish team is catching up.
Yeah, and you love to see that. I mean, the way they've been fighting as well. I mean, this is losing the pistol round going into the second half. You almost feel like it was just, you know, a hair's breadth away from just being over. So planting their feet in the ground and now pushing back 10-14.
Oh, they forcing this round.
Oh, this is nasty, Anders. I don't like this force buy from North.
No.
It makes me feel real uncomfortable. Because
Yeah.
if they lose this, then they have to like full save.
I'm getting that sinking feeling as well.
Yeah, at this stage in the game, maximize the amount of AKs that you're going to have.
This makes a ton of sense because PHR has been playing quite forward, but this time not. So he's safe and sound.
Mertz just with a P250 and no armor. Makes sense that he's going to be set in T-mid. There's the jump. Oh, and they have it stacked. That is a massive mistake from PHR. Does not need to go for that fight now. He's given up an M4.
I think MSL wanted to get back up and so that they can pick up that M4, but he was being blocked.
Kirby just alphas him. He's like, no, go down. I want the M4.
Time of war, Moses. If you don't get out of the trenches, and Captain's going to shoot you in the back.
Well, Furlan's got a good position. He's now inside of the smoke. It can still be tricky to make the play, but it's actually another fake towards the outer bomb site they go, and these pistols have gained a lot of ground coming through the smoke. Grubby is not aware of it. Oh, he turns, he spins, he hears the footsteps. The next one up on top of the train. He returns to fight AZ, and he does eventually get that. It was close, it was dicey. And these SMGs need to go to work now, but the pistols are doing the damage. MSL dinked back down to 7 HP, and that should be the end of it. Low health on all of these players from North, but still finding a way to get the kills.
Grubby is taking up so much space in this bomb site. It's really quite remarkable. The fights that they're not even that clean. I mean, he's fighting like halfway through smoke, some pretty uncomfortable angles, and being sort of flanked from every single position, and he's just still carrying himself really well through. Did see the head there. Kirby wish he could have probably stopped for a minute, but looks like he's simply going to be out of time as well. Very low, 5 seconds left here, and just find a way to die. Yeah, that's the important. Oh, he's going to try and make his escape back around the corner instead, and they can't really catch him. With a grenade, maybe, but not going to happen. 14-11, though. And that round got really close. I think Grubby saved them massively there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That did get very, very sketchy considering the investment as well. That's why you can't make those kinds of plays as PHR. You had to have felt that likely would have been a save round, and pushing forward almost gave it up, almost gave him a great rifle. But I do think I'm waiting to see the money in this round. I think it might actually be a huge mistake that Kirby didn't die that round. He's got 350 in the bank behind this kind of M4 and armor, and they can't force up around that M4. They don't have the money for it. So he's kind of like halfway below his teammates. Next round, he might not have a strong buy. Someone's going to have to drop him, or someone's going to have some kind of a weak purchase.
They don't even really get anything out of the M4 either. So, like, that would have at least been
Exactly.
the sort of the silver lining if they could have got 3 kills in this round with it. That does not happen. 12-14 as AGO marches on slowly, but they're making great progress right now.
This is so deadly. Kirby has to go down to the Deagle. They do have Mertz with the op, which is quite nice. He didn't force buy with the rest of them. It's a double op setup for AGO, and it's a close affair here. AGO almost at the finish line. They fought their way back. They've come from behind in a big way. They've got a chance here to take map 1. Snatchy going to have the angle with the AWP. Mertz going to go for it. He jumps out over the crosshair with the help of a flashbang. Now it's Tao up next. Down by Ivy with that AWP, and It's going to be an outside hit. Mertz is controlling this yard very well. This is going to be dangerous, and yeah, Grubby goes down. I'm not sure how they let Mertz give that much space and that much freedom.
They saw him jump out. I think they just thought there's no way he's going to be crazy enough to stick around in this way and sort of be up on the train. I just don't think they saw that coming. Because that does seem like a slightly mad move, but
yes.
It worked out. Furlan could, if they forget to check in a real way here, if they actually go for, they sort of lingering on the edge. If he's up here when they go down the ramp is what I'm trying to say, that could be really interesting. AZ not even thinking about it, and he's going to get completely caught. That's a big kill. Molotov up behind. Now he's taking up an enormous amount of space here. They have to wait for it. Snatchy going to get shot in the face. He only had the deagle there. Kirby from the last round. No money, but still enough for the kill. Now the bomb is going to be planted, and Furlan, can he still have a presence here? This is very scary for AGO.
This position from Kirby is kind of the clincher, isn't it? It's going to be so hard to clear him out of that spot. You almost don't want to waste the time going back that far. They might choose to save. There's PHR with one. Now they're going to move forward. Kirby coming from behind. Tau has no chance of surviving, but the timing is everything. He's picked up the op now. He's been spotted. Tau needs this kill, and he's not going to be able to get it. Kirby pushing forward a 1-on-2, and this is a huge round in the context of the game, and that's a nice shot. Kirby is miraculous. He can't find him through the smoke, and AGO's done it again.
Oh my God, that was a really, really tense round. He got all the kills, but a couple of seconds too late. AGO lose all the rifles, but
they have the money to sustain it.
Yeah,
they're going to be all right.
That was right on the edge, wasn't it?
He's even just like, holy hell, what's going on here? 13-14 now.
Good time for a timeout here. Just taking a deep breath. I think that's a good moment to get everyone on the AGO side to calm down, you know?
You've got to be fired up for that one. I'm not entirely sure how they made that retake work so well. All they had to do is kind of buy time. I think Kirby was way too patient with his trigger on that flank. You know, like he's waiting to pick up the op and then he gets spotted out, and you have to know that's going to come at some point.
I think once he got the deal kill on the guy, on the guy, I think it was Tau at the ramp, I just thought he wasn't going to be able to get out of that position, but somehow did it anyway. 14-13. North still struggling massively on the T side to pick up rounds. They need them right now.
13-14. One player in ladder room, PHR. North has really slowed this down, started out with a default, don't want to get punished by any aggression. Marcel gonna Molotov beneath the ladder. He wants to get his teammate in position to really punish the escape, but PHR's already out, and he spots the jump. They take a duel in the open. Valdo wins it anyways. A good trade, though. Gruby finds it and return it. This has happened a number of times. Even though North finds a pick towards the outer bomb site, AGO keeps two players inside. They're comfortable playing at 2-2.
Yep, they have no problem with that, and why would they? Snatchy and Furlan have been doing a really good job. I think especially Snatchy's just been hitting great shots with the AWP. Furlan might get caught, but I think they were flashed up on top, and there's Snatchy hitting one more kill. This is absolutely dangerous, and North falling back, and I don't know about this call. Look at who's out there waiting for them with the AWP in the A-bomb site. Tau is going to know very early on what's coming. Grubby playing at the edge. He does walk into the shot from Mertz, and Tau's going to be going down. Oh no, that's a disaster. I thought they'd have the advanced warning, but now it's a 3-on-2. Furlan going to come riding right through the smoke. He wants to see if he can shot anybody down. The bomb has just been planted, and Kirby hiding on the other side. Furlan wants the mistake. He needs it desperately, and he got it as well. Kirby completely careless, falling back. That's a huge mess up. Now the two AWPs remain. Snatchy and Furlan. Snatchy's going to be going down. It might be enough anyway here for North. They might get to map point. Mertz going to hit the triple kill, and North one round away. What a game this has turned out to be.
That's stunning, and down the stretch, both teams, it feels like, have won a round that they really didn't seem like they had a leg to stand on. And like North rotating back outside in that kind of scenario, you have two players outside still defending around these trains, and what a critical round to do it in. Look at the money, look at the cash that AGO has left. This got so close, and it seemed like AGO was going to be able to take that lead, and now they just have nothing to fight with. It would have to be another miraculous performance if they steal this round away from North.
Well, let's see how fired up they really are, because I feel like this Polish team really came alive in the second half here. They've got to have some energy left.
Maybe not. And Smoke looks a little limp.
That was just forget about that, Moses. Just move on from that.
We'll move on quickly. Snatchy's going to be inside close underneath the high ladder. Furlan rotating back. And this is where we just mentioned AGO has had no issues throughout this half playing 2 in the inner bomb site and 2 in the outer bomb site when they have only had 4 defenders. But now when you have this kind of weaponry, you have to cheat. You can't play that game anymore. You need to get players supporting with the SMGs or supporting your play with the CZ, and Valda is going to clear everything out. Furlan, this peak is huge. What's the timing on it? I think they're letting Tao hit contact, and there it is. There's the nade, and Furlan can't go for anything else.
Bit of a shame. There were 3 people there, so even if Furlan had peaked, it's not clear that that would have made a big difference either. 3 on 5 now, and for everything that AGO has done to get back into this game, it just might not be enough here. PHR is going to be taking down MSL, but Kirby with a random shot coming through, and that's Snatchy and PHR left. They know where PHR is, and he's also alone, trapped entirely. 16-13 in favor of North. They finally made their way through on Train, but I've got to say, if AGO just had a slightly better start, if they weren't a little bit cold in the beginning, this could have easily been their map, or at least overtime. What a great game. Yeah, 1 or 2 more rounds go their way in the first half, and then they have a real chance in that one. Either way, it's brilliant to see them fight back the way they did in that second half, being down, losing the pistol, and then still being able to kind of fight back into it. That's great to see from AGO. So promising, and if you take the first quarterfinal, if you take stock of that and like kind of apply it to this one, remember NRG started out slow as well in the first game. They did. And were able to come back and win in the second 2 and 3s. Maybe AGO just trying to get their nerves underneath them as well. That could very well. I mean, they are on a big stage, and the crowd is cheering for them, and that could be a little bit intimidating. I think they managed to hold up pretty well, actually. I'm quite impressed by their style overall. I think they're going to be a little bit upset that they didn't get off to a better start on the T side. They did. Now, in all defense, both of these teams actually getting away with some rounds probably shouldn't have won. That defuse in the smoke, that round for AGO to win that one. The following that, AGO had 2 players defending outside in crazy locations, and somehow North still found the entries. Those kinds of rounds you're not going to win too frequently. That's a good point, isn't it? We'll see. I mean, this is only the first in a best of 3, so plenty to come, obviously. Second quarterfinal of the day. We do have our analysts with us, so let's throw it over to Trader, Sean Gayers, and the rest.